Sorry, I didn't have my light on. In Michigan, there's case law that the courts follow pretty much when they're looking at custody issues. I apologize for my prayer. And most states, I'm sure, have the same kind of issue where the courts look at different factors that are going on in a custody matter. Now, I'm not giving you legal advice. You can pull this information by yourself on the internet. In Michigan, the case is called Vodvarka, Vodvorka versus Grassmeyer, Grassmeyer. Look it up on the internet, and it sets out about 8 factors that courts look at when there's a custody battle going on between people. I bring this up because you should be aware of this before you file, or even after you file, that these are things you need to get in order before the court looks at everything. Now, what do I mean by getting things in order? If you can, set things in motion before you file so that when the issue comes up, the things will be already set up so that the court doesn't look at it like you just did it because of the hearing coming up or the custody matter coming up. And when I'm going to go through most of these factors real fast, and then on another video I'm going to go into individually the factors so we can look at them a little more carefully. Now, the first factor is love, affection, and other emotional ties existing between the parties involved and the child. So they're going to look at the parties individually and the child and how the affection goes on between them. The next one, capacity and disposition of the parties involved to give the child love, affection, and guidance, and to continue the education and raising of the child in his or her religion. So religion is a factor in Michigan. I don't know what state you're in, whether it's going to be a factor. You're going to have to talk to a lawyer about that. But in Michigan, religion is a big factor in the case. Number C, capacity and disposition of the parties involved to provide the child with food, clothing, medical care, and other remedial care. So, do you have enough money, or do you have the interest to do that too? Because some parties, one person is the one who takes the child to the doctor on a regular basis, and the other one never gets involved with that at all. So it's important to have that set out for you right now. Who's going to be the one doing that? Next factor. Sorry, my paper here. Length of time the child has lived in a stable, satisfactory, and desirable maintaining community. And you've been moving around a lot. We're going to be talking about this too. So, who has the more stable environment? Next one. Permanence as a family unit of the existing or proposed custodial home and homes. Are you remarried? Is the other person single? Those are issues, and we're going to be talking about those again. Next one. Moral fitness of the parties involved. I think that speaks for itself. Next one, mental and physical health of the parties involved. Again, that speaks for itself. Homeschool and community record of the child. Is the child missing school on a regular basis? We'll talk about that. Willingness and ability of the parties to facilitate and encourage a close and continuing paternal parent-child relationship between the parties. The other party willing to cooperate? We'll talk about that again. Next one, domestic violence or other violence issues directed against and witnessed by the, doesn't have to be witnessed by the child, but going on. Domestic violence. And the last one, any other factors considered by the court to be important. So each court is different on these issues. And when you go in to see your lawyer, ask them about the local or the state, what the state looks at on these issues, and so that the attorney knows you're kind of up to speed on some of these factors. So hopefully this has given you a little bit of ideas about issues. Again, I'm not a lawyer anymore. I'm retired. I spent more than 25 years working in the divorce area, so I've been used to a lot of these issues and motions and custody battles. But I'm not giving you legal advice, but I'm giving you information that every state most likely has a law or case that has gone up to the courts, through the different Supreme Courts and things like that, and the state now looks at it for issues that they will consider, each judge will consider during a custody battle. So look that case up right now and start reading about it, and we'll talk about these issues in another video that I'll download. Every Monday I download a video, and this is the most recent one on custody issues. So be sure and look for my videos, and I hope you got something out of this. If you have, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, because I'm going to go through each one of these issues a little more to give you a little more clarity on what to look for. Thank you for watching. Bye now.